Stein,
And I'm Ratika Makajani.
and we're going to show you our program called Prosthetics. And prosthetics was made so that doctors can more easily take the dimensions of a patient's leg and put it into a program and then come out with the dimensions for a future prosthetic, which they can then send to a prosthetic company. And this program was made for doctor-patient scenarios where they're in a consultation and the doctor is inputting in the information.
So in order to do this, we created 5 different function files. So the first one calculates the surface area of the upper leg, which is shaped as a frustrum. So the doctor takes the measurements off the patient that is prompted in the code, and then they get the surface area. Then the same happens for the lower leg. And then the knee we have is the surface area of a sphere. And then we also have the strain on the lower leg, which is some mechanics of material stuff that we learned that calculates, it takes the weight of the patient and shows how much the leg will deform when the patient's walking on it or puts any pressure on it. And then lastly, we have the volume of the foot. So now we're going to show you an example of a patient-doctor scenario with the patient looking for a prosthetic. So here we go. Hello. Hi, doctor. I'm a recent amputee and I'm looking for a prosthetic limb.
Well, I'm glad you came to me because I have this program called Prosthetics where I can simply enter in your information and important dimensions will come for your new prosthetic.
Wow, show me how it works.
Awesome. So we'll just run the program. What is your name?
Ratika.
How old are you?
20.
What gender do you identify with?
I'm a female.
How tall are you in inches?
66 inches.
So do you want an above-the-knee prosthetic?
Yes.
So I will type 1. So I asked you to bring in some dimensions. Do you have them with you?
Yes, I do.
So do you know the circumference of the end of the residual limb?
24.5 inches.
Awesome. Do you know the circumference of the non-residual limb above the knee?
16 inches.
And do you have the distance from the upper knee to the end of the residual leg?
13 inches.
Awesome. And from that we got some information about the upper part of the prosthetic, as you can see here. So important dimensions. So now we're going to go into the lower leg of the prosthetic. Do you have the circumference of the residual limb below the knee?
15 inches.
And do you have the circumference of the ankle of the non-residual leg?
10 inches.
And finally, do you have the distance from below the knee to the ankle of the non-residual leg?
16 inches.
And now we have the same information for the lower leg of the prosthetic. So now we're going to go into the surface area of the knee. Do you have the circumference of the knee of the residual leg?
17.5 inches.
17.5. And now we have the surface area of the knee of your future prosthetic. And now we're going into the strain on the lower leg. Do you have the distance from below the knee to the ankle of the non-residual leg?
16 inches.
Do you have the circumference of the end of the residual limb?
24.5 inches.
How much do you weigh in pounds?
130.
Awesome, and now we have the strain on the prosthetic, which will be helpful for the prosthetic company. Finally, we're going to calculate the volume of your future prosthetic foot. Do you have the distance from the ankle of the non-residual leg to the floor?
4.5 inches.
Do you have the length of your foot
12 inches.
and the width?
3.5 inches.
Awesome, and now from this program, we got all this awesome information for your future prosthetic, which we can then just send to the prosthetic company.
Wow, that's amazing. This
Yeah.
is really easy.
Yes, and efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is our program that we made for the class.
Yep.
And we hope you like it.
Yeah.